What's up? Um, yeah, I went into Walmart tonight, and I was recording as I was walking out tonight, and I told the young brother maybe I might have been a little bit too much, but maybe I might have like overly aggressively. It wasn't my intention at the time. I wasn't gonna say anything until you know how the they call them greeters at the door. It's like they greet the greeters walking in the door and stuff like that. Something to me is more like a kind of sort of like security thing to me because of the way that he is, the way that he interacts. Um, I just told him up front, and I didn't really didn't post a video because I didn't want to like put that online. Not that part. You see what I'm saying? Although his view, his thinking of views is totally different from the history of when you talk about slavery and stuff like that. His view, he probably now when I told him that I didn't appreciate him giving my YouTube channel to this Caucasian devil, the first thing out of his mouth, I didn't even post a video. I just said, "Well, let me not do that," because he had a point there. He said, "Well, it's your videos in the public domain anyway." I get that. He got my YouTube channel because I gave it to him. But if I would have known the type of his personality, the type of person that he is, I would have never would have gave him my YouTube channel because his ideology and thinking and views is totally different. When I approached him with that, now his justification would be like, well, and I understand. Why would you get upset? Here's his thinking. Why would you get upset with me giving now you talking about a Caucasian man, specifically to a Caucasian man. Why would you give it to a Caucasian man? Yes, of course, a lot of them can see. A lot of them do see my know that I have videos on channels, and I guess he probably figuring why is you making a big deal out of it when everybody's on YouTube and everybody can see it, ain't nothing to hide or whatever. But no, you took and gave it specifically to this so-called white man. They can flag your channel if they want to. Of course they can. He's capable of doing it. But I don't care under no circumstances. It's like your phone number. Everybody don't have your phone number. Your phone number, they say is different. But the government has your phone number. The government in private conversation, yes, you can say that too. But your YouTube videos in the public domain, I get that. And that's what he probably gonna that I guess that's what his justification of giving my channel, YouTube channel to a white man. But the first and foremost, you already know the thinking and the thoughts of the white race. The white race is not like us. They don't have ability of thinking because God made them totally different from the way he made us. So you have to understand when you're dealing with Caucasian people, you're dealing with the real enemy. You're dealing with somebody that will shoot the shit out of you. You're dealing with somebody, if they see you taking something or stealing in a store, they will treat you like you done killed hundreds and millions of people, the so-called white man. If you go in that Walmart right now where he at, and I hope he get this video in YouTube. If you go in Walmart right now and you take the simplest little thing, I guarantee you, he will call the law on you and have you arrested, and you will be put in under the. You'll be put under the system. And not only that, he will treat you, especially either he'll tell you to don't come back on the perimeter. You come back on the perimeter, I will call so and so and have you arrested, and he'll do that because it's in him, because he's a white Caucasian man. It's just in his nature to do that. You see what I'm saying? And they're gonna take his word for it because he's a Caucasian white man, so-called white man. He's a Caucasian. Of course they're gonna take his side. And he's a Caucasian too? Yes. And if you have an Uncle Tom that's working along with him, they're gonna support him anyway, because he's rocking with us. We can use him to be a slave for us. So just because something is in the public domain, that still doesn't give you the right to underestimate that person and give that person somebody else's YouTube channel. I'm just gonna keep it up above with you. Because the YouTube channel, it was specifically for you, is to watch the videos and get educated off of them. Right now, I'm just doing plain talk. Hold on a second. My mother went off to sleep. I was checking on my mother. Yes, but maybe I might have over a little reacting. I know yes, I understand that everybody's in the public domain and people see your video, whether they so-called Caucasian people. And I guess that's what he was looking at. Yes. But still, in particular, you don't know the man. You can't trust your enemies like that just because you gave it to the public domain. Even if everybody is watching videos all over, and even if anybody in the public can see your videos, that still doesn't give you the right. It's to take somebody's information and go give it to somebody else like that. You know that I would never be cool, be with I ain't gonna never rock with no so-called white people like that. Ain't gonna never rock with them because they have a history. They the enemy. Now, if you don't believe that, let's read this here. And that's why it's so important. You need to read, brother. Now, I was a little aggressive, a little bit. Now, I even tried to even when I got into a confrontation with that so-called white man the first time I met him, the way I met him, I took up for this black woman. And I was talking about them registers being fucked up. And I said, that's y'all messed up ass registers, like something like that. I didn't say the cuss. I mean, I didn't say that part. I wasn't that aggressive when I was saying it. But I said, that's some messed up cash registers that y'all have over there. It ain't got nothing to do with people. That's what it is. Because I was really taking up for the so-called black woman and she didn't even know it. He looked at her receipt. No, excuse me, not a receipt. He said, this is not paid for. You need to go back over there and pay for it, something like that. And that shit pissed me the fuck off. And you had this damn Uncle Tom sitting his ass there. You know what I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about now that gave my YouTube channel away. Because he was afraid, I guess I get it. You don't want to lose your job. I get it because you're working for the white man. And the white man can get rid of your ass at any time he wants to, because the way the white man, the way he looking at it, he ain't gonna tell you that though. But I'm telling you, he's saying to himself, when he go home to his people and his family, you know what the fuck he telling the so-called white people? Oh, I can replace that nigga in a minute. That's what they telling your ass. If you don't believe it, keep living, just like the older folks used to say. Just keep on living. And I hope you get this video. Just because you sit up there and you interact with them the way that you do, don't put me in that crazy shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You ain't making me look stupid. You leave me out of that. That's you doing all this shit. I done lost a minute job because I refused to be goddamn Uncle Tom for the goddamn white man. Yeah, you motherfucking right. Because I let them know they ain't not gonna talk to me any kind of fucking way. I guess I'm kind of aggressive like this too because I'm originally from New Orleans, me and my sister, and the people down in New Orleans pretty much they'll tell you like it is. We ain't, I tell you what's on my mind now. But them white folks are looking at you, young brother. They looking at you like we don't care. We don't really. They ain't gonna beg you to stand at no damn door because they look at it like this here. White folks look at it like this here. I can replace you, nigga. They ain't gonna say it like that, but underneath the surface. Hey, we can replace this black man. We don't need this black man. We don't need you. I guarantee they can tell them that. They're thinking it. I guarantee they think because they know at any time they can place when one of us are working for them in their mind, they like they'll tell you that too. I don't need you to leave. That's and the one that work at Walmart, that manager, he'll do that. He'll tell you in a minute, get off the premise. Yeah, he'll do that. That motherfucker don't give a damn. You damn right he would do that. Of course he would do that. Because they looking at white folks looking at it like this here. We control this shit. You don't come here and tell us what the fuck to do, nigga. In their mind, if you make a man, they'll come out and say that. Then he came up. Oh, I'm not your enemy. I'm not the real enemy. I'm not your real enemy. You motherfucker. You are, hold on. Let's read. I'm my bad for not reading this. Let me show you why I'm reading this. It probably take me to. Well, that's all right. That's all right. I'm gonna go Ecclesiastes 7. And let's read verse 12. Ecclesiastes 6 and 12. If thou would be, no, that's not it. Let's read this in since I'm looking for this in, and I'll go back and find the other one later. Okay, here we go. Ecclesiastes 6 and 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. I should have before I start talking to that brother at the door. I'm gonna be respectful in this video to him. I can go off and be a little more aggressive, but I'm gonna kind of calm down a little bit. What I should have did, I should have just asked the Most High for more wisdom and asked Him to give me a stronger spiritual discernment. And would this be somebody that I would want to be? Because the Most High allowed that to happen, so He'll let me. Maybe He allowed it to happen like that to show me that I was dealing with a damn snake, somebody who's working for the snake, and was choosing to be a devil, a snake, along with the so-called white man. So maybe the God was just using that situation is to pull me away from that situation. What He doing? Because He's dangerous. Anytime you turn around and give a so-called white man, although it's in the public domain, you still don't have the right is to go and give that somebody's YouTube information if you already know what the deal is of them beefing with each other. Like especially the so-called white people. Like if I see a brother and he has a YouTube channel and he's speaking out against white supremacy and talking from in the mindset that I have, and the so-called white man is the enemy according to the Bible, and I'm knowing this here, and we've been living in poverty all our life, then if I turn around and sit up there and go and talk to so-called white people and say, oh, he forgot something. Oh, here's his YouTube channel. I wouldn't do that. Even though the man might have forgot something, I'll tell my brother, I said, no, I didn't want to give that so-called white man your YouTube channel because you never know. They probably try to flag it. You never know. They try to, you don't know what they evil. And you know what I'm saying? I would go to my friend and say, look, I'm in doubt. I don't think I want to get this man your channel. I'm not doing that. I'm not me myself. I'm not comfortable with taking and giving somebody's information to so-called white people. Just like if I was talking with a sister, a young lady, right? I loved or whatever, a brother that I love. I'm just saying as brothers and sisters or whatever. And I'm knowing that they stand up for our people. There's no way in the world I'm gonna give a so-called white man, a Caucasian people, their information like that, especially when it comes to the YouTube information and stuff. Me personal, I wouldn't do that. And I'm knowing how hateful the so-called white man is. That's like feeding our people to the feds. That's like you feeding your people to the damn dogs. You feeding your people, you feeding an innocent soul to dogs. Even though, of course, now if they come, now he may be saying, well, if they find your channel, what's the difference between me giving a so-called white man your channel and so and so whatever? That's what he probably gonna say. What's the difference in me giving this so-called white man and my manager your channel? Then when other so-called white people come on here and they see your video because you got them in the public domain anyway, so why would you get upset with me for doing that? This is the public or whatever. The difference is that why would you specifically give this man my channel knowing the type of person that he is? And you said, no, I want to check. You should have said, no, I want to protect this brother's information here because he might try to flag it or something. Although it can get flagged anyway if you're in the public domain or whatever or something like that. The videos mainly is for the Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, for the people to get educated on and stuff like that. Because the so-called white man that did nothing but told our people lies and stuff. The ancestors, they lied to your ancestors too as well, brother. You see what I'm saying? So mainly the message is for them or whatever. But when you got specifically people that you gave the information to or whatever, you never know what they can do. They'll go and show this to their people, some of their family members. You don't know what they got in their mind. They can flag your shit if they want to. Of course they can. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But still, you don't give nobody's information like that if they even though it's in the public domain. Specifically, why would you give that one person my information? A so-called white man because I forgot something? That so-called white man don't mean you no good and me neither. That so-called white man is the natural born bred enemy. He don't care anything about you. Period. No, he don't care nothing about you. He don't care nothing about our people. Of course, we don't care, but I'm just saying. All right, let's go to verse 13. Separate thyself from thy enemies and take heed of thy friends. The Bible says separate yourself from your enemies. You don't sit there and let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 10. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 10, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. The Most High said, never trust your enemies. He said, don't never, ever trust your enemies. The so-called white folks. Ask you this, and you may be saying, well, all of them are not bad. That's what this young brother in Walmart is going to say probably. That's what he'll say. He probably going to say, oh, all of them are not bad. They all are so and such and this and that and the third. That's what the fuck he going to say. But I want to, hold on. Have the so-called white man did anything good in colonizing? The historical consists amongst historians that is that white European colonization introduced certain developments like new infresh infresh infrastructures. These were overwhelmingly tied to the extraction of local resources and came at a devastating human cost. For most indigenous and colonized populations, the experience was a humanitarian disaster rather than a net benefit. The arguments for good are monetized, modern nations impacts. The pro, the pro, the prop the proponents of the colonizing system and earlier apologists often point to specific advancements introduced to non-European scientists into infrastructure, colonized construction, vast railway network networks, paved roads, and telegraphic lines, and port faculties, moderation, the introduction of modern hospitals, Western medication, and man, all this stuff that they did evil. They going in the name of good, but they really they did it for their own uh for their benefits. For example, why did Sonia Mass end up dead? George Floyd. It's a lot of people. Emmett Till, all those people. Was that something good? Was that mother happy about that? And said, "Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, I feel so good. My son Emmett Till got murdered for whispering at a white woman." What's fucking good about that? You tell me what's good about the so-called white men murdering that, and that woman had to go through all that damn pain, sitting up there knowing that those so-called white folks murdered her son to the point to where they messed him up so bad he didn't even look like himself. That's the money. There is nothing good, and the so-called white men don't do nothing but lie, and I'm gonna prove that too. What does the colonizer mean? What does colonization mean in simple terms? The Decolonization is the process of a country, culture, a people fleeing themselves freeing themselves from the control of a foreign power and reclaiming their independence. In simple terms, it means taking back control over one's own land, resources, laws, and culture after a period of being ruled and shaped by outsiders. The concept generally applies in two distinct ways. Point: political decolonization, taking back the land. Historically, this refers to a colony, genuine independence, breaking away from a colonizing empire, like when the original 13 American colonized broken away from Britain, or when African and Asian nations gained independence. They gained, that means control. These were the slave owners in the 20th century. It is the physical, the psychological, or the psycho, the physiological, excuse me, psycho removal of a foreign government and the establishment of a sovereign nation. There's nothing good about people having their land colonized, having their land taken away from them. Innocent people. When you come and take somebody's and strip somebody and rob somebody of their resources and stuff like that, there's nothing good about nothing like that. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing good about that. So how is it that there is something good about being um have your stuff taken away from you like that? There ain't nothing good about being colonized. Colonized means you come and take people's resources. You take things by um not having a permission to do it. You're taking somebody, colonizing you. You come and you gain control and all this stuff and of the resources of what they did over here in this country. There's nothing good about nothing that good that the so-called white man has done to our people in that way. There is nothing good. Name something good. You can't see nothing good about a people, our people being colonized like that. Let's look at Isaiah 42, and I think it's 20. Isaiah 42, verse 22. Isaiah 42:22. The Bible says, "But this is a people robbed and spoiled." When you something spoil, that means it's rotten and it ain't no good. Spoil means you are conditioned, your mindset is conditioned from your original thinking. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. See, that's what they call it. Rob. When you rob somebody of their resources, that you colonize, that means you taking over. You coming and you moving and you taking over and the resources, you taking over the control and you choosing to dominate all of the everything that comes with it. You dominating all the resources from the smallest to the greatest. They are all of them snares and holes, and they are hidden in prison houses. The reason why a lot of our people is in prison houses right now is because of the so-called white people. They build these prisons and build all these buildings and stuff and set up cities and stuff like that so that our people can be in these big prisons. Because the main people that fill up the prison is the so-called that are incarcerated is the so-called black man, Hispanic, and Native American man and woman and child. Those our people are the only people that fill up these prison systems and stuff. They are for a prey and none delivers, for a spoil and none says restore. None of them so-called white people, they take everything and strip you of all your resources, and they don't restore me. They don't give you back what they stole. So what this is saying is they haven't, according to history, they has not black people's history. The so-called white man has not done anything good for um for black people at all. Nothing. The only thing that I can say is that our people has been trained and taught to love everybody else but their own. Our people cry with, just like what's his name? Captain Desuriak. He has a YouTube channel. That brother's good at what he does. He um he broke it down very well about how our people are. Our people weep with the so-called white folks, mourn with them, go fight for them in their wars, go and do all this stuff for the so-called white man. Feel sorry for them, cry with them, weep with them, feel sorry for them, everything else. But you ain't gonna, like Brother Captain said, you ain't gonna get none of that stuff back in return. They're not gonna come and return the favor. It's not going to be the same. You're not going to get that same energy as you put into them. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to get that. They're not going to come and weep and mourn with you. Yeah. Let's go to Isaiah. I tell you what, let's go to Hosea. The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. I'm going to show you how we're robbed and spoiled. Let's continue here. I'm going to continue to show you how we are robbed. Thank God my mother's good. Okay, where I was going? Hosea. Yeah, that's right after Daniel, the book of Daniel. Daniel, Hosea. Hosea chapter 4. Let's read verse 1, then I'm going to skip and go to verse 6. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitation of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touching blood. This is where that black on black crime come in at, and our people was trained this way. Now let's go down to verse 6, and the Bible says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me. That means you can't gonna be no leader. You can't be no leader, nothing for me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. The Most High said he gonna forget our children. He gonna forget your children. I mean, he gonna forsake your children. He gonna allow curses and shit to hit your children and everything else. He will put us in the hands of the oppressor because we ain't listening to his commandments and things of that nature. So robbed and spoiled is another word. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That means we don't have no understanding. That means that's why we are Uncle Tom's. That's why because we are destroyed for lack of the understanding of this Bible. This Bible is a history book, not a religious book. Religion was given to us and was added by the slave master. They took this Bible and took parts out of the Bible and read parts to us in our people in slavery and fed it to us out of context. But they didn't give us all of the full context to what the scriptures were saying. That's right. So my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That means that we don't have no kind of knowledge and the reason we don't have no knowledge, we're destroyed for lack of knowledge because of this. Let's go to it. I want to get on the street sometime too. Let's look at Psalms chapter 58, verse 3. Psalm 58 and 3. Psalm 58 and 3. Now, this is the reason why you can't believe nothing that the so-called white man tell you. Look what the Bible says in Psalm 58 verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. You can't believe nothing the so-called white man tell you because it's in them. It's in them from birth, in their blood. It's to pull you over. It's in them. It's to have you locked up. It's in them. If they see you stealing something, it's to call the law and have you locked up. It's in them is to say you're not allowed on the premises no more. If you come on here, you're gonna be arrested and you're gonna go to the prison system. That's the so-called white man's aliyah. That's their natural. That's their natural way of thinking. The so-called white man, when he see you and when you do something against him, his natural instinct is prison, jail, lock you up, shoot you, or kill you, or murder you in the streets, or lynch you. Or where's the ticket? Where's the receipt for this stuff and you ain't got no receipt. I need to see a receipt. And if they don't see a receipt, they'll tell you it ain't paid for. That is the natural instinct of a Caucasian man. Yeah. We don't go around fucking with people like that. Now let's go to Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 2. I got the Most High must have wanted me to read it. I came right to it as soon as I said that, right away. Let's read verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord spoken unto you, O house of Israel. He speaking about who he addressing. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. See, we done learned all these ways because of the white folks. He telling you, and this is how you mentally get destroyed. You see what I'm saying? You remember when we said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge? So the heathens came along and the Most High said, don't learn their ways. And the reason we learned their ways and we embrace what they taught us, we're destroyed to the point, we're damaged to the point where we can't even see the truth because they made us drunk with their lies. That's why Revelation talks about they have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Her fornication means the lies and the teachings of the so-called white people. That's what it means. You go and read that in Revelation 18, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and read Revelation 17 and 18, all that. It's going to talk about the judgment of the Caucasian people that took and raped, robbed, and murdered, stripped our people of their real identity, and called themselves after the black people's names and stuff, and conquered them. It says, let's go and it says, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They decked it with silver and with gold. They fashioned it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as a plum tree, but speak not. They must needs be bored, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. It is not in the heathen. It's not in the white man. It's to do good. He's a natural predator. That's why they have so many cameras in the stores, especially places like Walmart. They watch you. Like you got this one manager at Walmart here in Hammond. He got cameras. He can see you so much. He can be at his own house and have all them cameras and shit hooked to his phone. He can look on that phone and see everything. Yep. But this brother justified it and said, oh, well, I give everybody a YouTube channel. I didn't say that. Everybody my YouTube channel. I didn't say I ain't got no problem with giving people my YouTube channel. I said specifically him. Why would you put in particular, knowing that this so-called white man is the way that he is in spirit or whatever, the way you going, you get yourself killed and me killed too. The way you going, you don't know what they do. You giving them people my information or whatever. Although it's in the, like I said earlier, it's in the public domain or whatever. That ain't no reason to justify giving that so-called white man or Caucasian people my information. You using that is to justify giving that so-called white man my information. But that other video I was recording when I was leaving, I just took and deleted that video. I said, I'm not going to even post the video. I'm not going to even post that because I ain't trying to make a big deal out of it. But I didn't, at the end, I'm saying it now, I'm coming to a close on this video. I didn't appreciate you giving my channel to him. No. Yeah. One day you'll see it. One day you're going to see it. You may not see it now, but one day you will. I didn't want to go off as much as I wanted to go off and say what I really wanted to say or whatever, but I'm trying, I'm being calm about it. I didn't appreciate, giving my channel, I just didn't, to them. I know that everybody have my channel. It's in the public domain or whatever, but you specifically gave it to somebody that targets our people Why would you do that? You see what I'm saying? If I'm knowing, especially if I'm knowing that so look, let me tell you a story. When I was in Georgia, I was not. This is before I ever came into the knowledge of knowing about the white man being the enemy and who we are according to the Bible and stuff like that. I always had a natural fantasy that I wanted to just be cool. I mean, be you know, be be friends or just hang out and just not hang out, but I had a natural, just a natural, um, just naturally try to be treat people the way you want to be treated. You see what I'm saying? I try to naturally do that. You know what I'm saying? I was hanging out with every time I saw the so-called white man, I was speaking and talking to him, but I did not. If I didn't know what I know now, hell no, I wouldn't have been talking to him at all. But see, I didn't know at the time, and he took in front of me as I was walking. I think I was on my way to the store. I was on my way home. No, I was on my way home. I was on my way home. I remember, and I saw a situation occur. This so-called white man in front of my face picked up a damn brick, and I never forget that, and hit this other black man, throwed it and hit this black man in his head with a damn rock, a brick, or something, right in front of me. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait a fucking minute. You think after you done took, and this happened when I was in Georgia, I'm gonna sit up here and be cool with you after you done took another black man and you just took a brick and hit another black man in front of me like that? And you think I'm still gonna sit up here and rock with you? I said, I stopped, I ain't telling nothing. I just kept, when he used to speak, I didn't say nothing. I kept going. I said, you will never be talking to me no more. And that's why I really realized, I kind of really went to waking up more and realizing, like, ooh, no, in the hell the fuck no. It ain't no way in hell I'm gonna sit up there and constantly be talking to you. And you done sat up here and you done did that. You done sat up here and you done hit another black man in front of me, throw a brick and hit him in his head. I never forget that shit. It's like I can feel the pain of that shit. Yeah, that could have damaged his brain or something. And I was talking with a damn snake, the so-called white man, and didn't even know it. This was when me and my mother was in Georgia. And that's when I really realized and went to waking up and really realizing that, man, it's something crazy about so-called white people. It ain't no way in hell I'm gonna sit up there and constantly and talking to him. I stopped talking to him. I pass him. I say, hell no. I ain't dealing with no white folks like that. No. After I saw what you did to my brother, that shit pissed me off. I'm not gonna sit up here. I don't know who he thought I was. I'm gonna sit up here and hang out with you after you done took a brick in front of me when I was in Georgia and hit another black man in front of me as a so-called white. But during that time, I didn't even know the so-called white people. I didn't have no knowledge of growing into trying to learn who I am according to the Bible back then. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know, and I was just hanging out because I was a natural like person that wanted to vibe with people because I was a people's person. That's the way I am. But when I found that so-called white man did that in front of me, I was like, hell, I'm not hanging. Hell no, I'm not hanging out with you no more. No, that's my brother. You did that shit to. You took a damn brick and you hit my damn brother like that. My another black man, a brother in front of me. Oh hell no. This was years ago too. This was like I said, in 2018, 2016, something like that. I think it might have been 2016 or 17, one of them. I think it was 2016. I said I would never be talking to you, another white, so-called white person. I, that when I see him coming, I leave. That's why I don't. And if you're Uncle Tom or whatever, and you talking to him, I don't. Mm-mm, I don't. I don't even waste time. But I just keep going. Now the only time if I'm talking to him, or if they try to come up and I'm forced to say something, I'll say something because I'm kind of like an upfront person. You know what I'm saying? I confront you if I didn't like something that you did. Hey man, look, I don't appreciate blah blah whatever. But I don't appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. It might be the Uncle Tom in here watching right now, or it might be him. You never know. Cause I know, that so-called white man ain't gonna unsubscribe from me. He probably got all of the videos I did. He probably got them and download them on his channel. He looking at them damn videos. Believe you me, that so-called Caucasian man is watching my shit. Don't never look. I don't know what type of time they think we on or whatever. Never believe a so-called Caucasian man if he tell you he gonna unsubscribe from you and leave you the hell alone. It ain't no way in hell, especially if you speaking on Black history and a lot of the shit that they do or whatever. And you think a white man in his mind, he said, you think I'm gonna unsubscribe from that nigga? I'm gonna see what the fuck that nigga saying. You know no damn white man ain't gonna unsubscribe from no shit like that. Every time you alive, he gonna know it. And you think I'm gonna sit up here and you think I'm that damn dumb? Shit. Nah. You got me fucked. Nah, bro. You ain't that damn dumb. But if I should have just prayed and asked the Most High for wisdom before I start interacting with that individual. Because I'm naturally about my people, and I try to give my people information to wake our people up and help them and learn who they are and who they is according to the Bible and stuff like that. But I didn't pray and I didn't ask the Most High. It kind of caught me off guard because I said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a chance. Because me, I don't really deal with people like that. I'm at home trying to get my mom right, make sure my mother good, like she in the room like good, whatever. That's all I'm doing. I'm about my people and just trying to educate my people, give my people the knowledge that they need, stuff like that. But I was talking to this particular brother. And if I would have known that he was that type of person, I would have never been talking to him at all. No, like, well, I'm glad I'd have been like, this is how I would have been if I know he was like that. But sometimes God wants you to see for yourself. I'd be like, hell no, I'm not talking that. I kept going. You for the damn Caucasian man. What I look like talking to somebody like that for? You against your damn self. Shit, you against your damn, and if you against your damn self, shit, what the fuck make me think you gonna be for me? You'll turn me into the damn white man. If something go down or a witness happen or whatever, he'll go into the courtroom and testify against. You can't trust nobody like that. Hell no. I wouldn't invite nobody like you. You'll be you'll be the enemy, just like the so-called white man. If I find out what you is, and that's who you stand for, you ain't coming in my house in my presence. Hell no. You dangerous. Hell no, we not having it. If I find it out, like man, especially if I find out the time they was doing it and they took my information while they was coming to my house, I go to the door and they'll say, man, you can't come around here no more, man. I found out what you did. Get the fuck up. Get ride your motherfucking ass up out of here. Get the fuck going. That's how I am. I don't play when it comes to that. Get your motherfucking ass away from me. Don't come around me. That's how I am. You know, because I label you the enemy because you with your enemy. No, I don't mean no harm. I'm just, I'm passionate about my people, but I don't like no damn Uncle Toms or house niggas. No, we not rocking with that kind of shit. I done lost a many damn job. People to you. Somebody told me years ago, well, you better I'll be careful put that online because uh you know it can hurt you from a job. Fuck them damn. I fuck that shit. I ain't worried about none of that material shit. Just like I, look, let me tell you how I am. You can buy me the most expensive damn. It can be 100. I don't give a damn if it's a three or four, or $5,000 or $6,000 car, Lamborghini, and you bring it to my damn house, and somebody stole that motherfucker or stole that damn car. Especially if it's one. No, if it's one of my people that did it, I'm not gonna call no damn police. I ain't calling no damn white man. I say fuck that motherfucking car. The insurance. Well, you got insurance on the car. Fuck all that shit. I wouldn't give a damn about no goddamn insurance and no damn car. I ain't studying about no goddamn car. A car can kiss my motherfucking man. Look, fuck a damn car. I ain't worried about. I mean, now some people say, "Is you against having a car?" No, I'm not against having it, but I'm not gonna be bothered with the so-called white man. You drive it on the highway. Oh well, your sticker's out. You need to go. I'm gonna give you a ticket anyhow. What can I pay this at? Or you go and you pay it on such line. Fuck that motherfucker. Fuck the damn white man. It ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be bothered with that shit. It's like you have your peace more when you ain't on them damn highway because you got to deal with white folks and then you got to have a damn license tag on the back of your damn car, all this old crazy shit just to be able to do what you want to do. And like, no, fuck you. I ain't worried about none of that shit. Now, if God somehow he want, if it happened or whatever, but I just don't give a damn about all this shit because we go we go through enough just going in the damn grocery store. You going to the damn store and they checking you to see if you can I see your receipt? Look in the bag because you I don't think you paid for the stuff that you got. Can I see it? Now you sitting there looking like a fucking criminal because this motherfucking so-called white man want to sit there and check your damn receipts to see if you done stole some shit and don't nobody steal those so-called matter of fact, my mother told me like this. It ain't no damn white man gonna work nowhere where he can't fucking steal. Tell me I just fucking lied. And you know, I thought about that. I said, you know, my mama right about that. The so-called white man ain't gonna work nowhere where he can't steal. I'm speaking the truth about so-called white people and Uncle Toms and sellout coons. That's the name of the video. I'm speaking about so-called white people and Uncle Toms and sellout coons. All right, I'm out. I'll be back. Yeah, but I wouldn't give a damn about no damn car. I don't give a damn if it's 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000, $6,000 car, a $600,000 car, a $300,000 car. If somebody stole that shit today or tomorrow, I wouldn't even report that shit missing. All right, I'm gonna get up. I just wanted to say it since they bought their ass in, but they jumped off. They didn't like that because I'm talking about breaking the rule of the damn white man. And I don't give a damn about no damn transportation. I don't. You damn right I don't give a damn about driving. I ain't gonna be bothering no motherfucking goddamn uncle, a Caucasian man. And then the Uncle Toms too, driving after you, pulling you there. They'll treat you just as bad as the so-called white man or worse. Because the white man uses the so-called black man to do their dirty work. Because you got some dirty ass Uncle Toms on the job too. They don't care nothing about their people neither. Because if they did, they wouldn't be working on the damn police force. All that shit ain't nothing but the slave capturing. That's all it is. Just the police station ain't nothing but a goddamn slave catcher for the so-called blacks and Hispanic people. That's all this shit is. I'm out.